SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we got to discuss this topic here on the channel. It's an important one. AT&T, Verizon, other telcos as well, home broadband, business broadband, it impacts us. There's going to have to be a very concerted effort on replacing old copper landlines with fiber optics. I'm going to provide the Inside Telecom article for you guys. That'll be down in the description. But we're going to take a look at this from the standpoint of who's decommissioning all this old infrastructure, who's upgrading it and installing new infrastructure. Let's talk about it here in today's video and what it means for us, the consumer. All right, link for the article down in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the bell notifications to never miss an upload. All right, folks. So specifically relative to our channel, you think about the companies that own and operate, manage and maintain infrastructure. We're talking about mostly, Verizon and AT&T. T-Mobile still has yet to really make their foray into infrastructure, but, US telco are having to deal with outdated shuttering, decommissioning of copper networks. The copper for its time was, it was our connectivity and it was built across the country. But there does come a time within all these places where the infrastructure is, where it has to be decommissioned because of the, just the nature that it's very expensive to maintain. It doesn't carry much traffic. The return on investment doesn't make any sense from a financial side. It's all into fiber at this point. So the copper decom activities and plans are really starting to kind of become the focus for Verizon and AT&T. But the way they're doing this and shuttering legacy network tech is, justifying it through savings. Right. So when they do the bean counting, it's expensive to maintain and all those things. So, they're decommissioning. And in the process of decommissioning, what they should also be focusing on is the building of the new infrastructure, which is fiber optic. Right. So that's really what's happening here. Now, the investor is concerned about the costs associated with the shuttering of the operations of that old copper technology and infrastructure. So that's something that I think is kind of being overlooked. But in the process of shuttering, you're also rebuilding and installing new fiber optics, which creates new business opportunities, use cases, and infrastructure. So what do AT&T and Verizon do with that rebuild process? In my opinion, they're going to monetize, right? They're going to run the fiber to premise. They're going to run fiber to cell sites. They're going to run fiber for enterprise and businesses, right? And I think that is the connectivity. So as AT&T plans to retire their copper facilities, we saw some of the stories in California, and Verizon continues to do the same thing. The focus efforts really need to be on the installation of, GPON fiber, 2 gig fiber circuits, future upgradable to 20 gig, and those types of technologies. Really and truly, the only concern is, are they properly doing this fast enough? That I think is kind of where we're at right now, seeing the fiber installations picking up and ramping up. And if we're going to move the industry forward, if people are going to, take advantage of this opportunity, I think we have to change the framework in which we view this problem. We can't look at it from a shuttering standpoint that's disconnecting people. We have to look at it from the standpoint of people understanding they need to be shuttered so we can get new infrastructure installed that is 1 million times better. Just in reliability, the conversation can stop there, but it doesn't, right? High capacity experiences, new use cases. It's just an overall better product, and it's the best of both worlds because customers get a better service and then carriers can monetize it even better. And there's cost efficiencies with newer technologies. So I, for one, am doing my part here on my platform to push folks to not resist the decommission of these infrastructure elements and to push for the replacement and modernizations of them. Yes, there is going to be some pain in the process of the decom, but I think collectively working with telco and municipalities, cities, they can make these things happen. I think the representation within cities also needs to be kind of on the ball when it comes to these issues. What do you guys think of the situation? What do you think about the shuttering of copper and cable, old copper, cables across the nation. And we know we've seen the risk of lead and all that other stuff, but this does definitely have to be addressed, and it does have to be done. It's just part of the evolution of networking. So copper decommission spreading across the country, maybe seemingly a little quiet for a lot of folks, but it is something that's important as we get fiber across the country. Sound off in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think of all these developments. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.